everyone, welcome back to Unfiltered, the podcast where we make international relations make sense. In today's episode, we're zooming in on one of the most ambitious global projects in the 21st century, China's One Belt, One Road Initiative, or the BRI. Originally launched in 2013, the BRI is China's massive international development plan. It's often described as the modern-day Silk Road, aiming to build trade and infrastructure networks that link Asia with Africa, Europe, and beyond. And it's not just a vision, it's already changing the map. Over 140 countries have signed the BRI, making up around 75% of the world's population and over half of the global GDP. China has already poured over $1 trillion into these projects, reaching far beyond Asia, into Africa, Latin America, and Oceania. But what's the actual goal here? At its core, the BRI is about connectivity. China says it wants to boost global trade, improve infrastructure, and create win-win partnership. It focuses on 5 key areas: policy coordination, infrastructure connectivity, unimpeded trade, financial integration, and people-to-people bonds. Let's talk about transportation first. Some of the most headline-grabbing projects are mega transport networks, which is like the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, the CPEC, which links China to Pakistan's Gwadar port with highways, railways, and energy. Then we've also got the China-Laos Railway. Laos, which is a landlocked country, now has direct rail access to China's network. Then we've got the Jakarta-Bandung high-speed rail, which is the first high-speed rail in Southeast Asia, cutting travel time in East Asia. Then we've got the East Coast Rail link in Malaysia, Cambodia's Phnom Penh Sihanoukville Expressway, and Vietnam's Cat Linh Ha Dong Metro Line, all aim to boost national and regional connectivity. Then we've got energy. China has invested in hydropower plants, oil and gas pipelines like the China-Myanmar route, and energy infrastructure all across Asia and Africa. These projects fuel development, but they also raise concerns about environmental impact and dependency. We also see the rise of industrial parks like the Malaysia-China Kuantan Industrial Park and the China-Malaysia Qinzhou Industrial Park. These two countries' twin parks encourage shared manufacturing and tech collaboration. Some other major projects include the Gwadar port in Pakistan, which is a key hub in the China-Pakistan corridor, the Siem Reap Angkor International Airport in Cambodia, which boosts tourism as well as business, and the Health Silk Road, which focuses on public health projects like building hospitals in Pakistan and Laos. So, what's the catch here? Critics argue that BRI isn't just about trade, it's also a powerful geopolitical tool. By offering loans and building infrastructure, China strengthens its influence, especially in regions close to India, Southeast Asia, and Africa. This brings us to the idea of debt trap diplomacy, which I had mentioned in one of my previous episodes. In simple terms, this is the claim that China lends money to other countries that may struggle to repay and then gains leverage when they default. Take Sri Lanka, for example, where we looked at the country's economic crisis and rising foreign influence. One of the clearest examples of China's debt trap diplomacy is the Hambantota port. Sri Lanka borrowed heavily from China to build it, but when they couldn't repay the loan, it handed over the port to a Chinese company on a 99-year in 2017. Now, China is also building an artificial island off Colombo's coast, pitched as a financial center. But many worry it could be another example of the strategic control disguised as development. So, is the BRI really helping or hurting? It kind of depends on who you ask. Some countries have gained new infrastructure and stronger trade networks, but others are struggling with debt and wondering what happens when the bargaining power runs out. One thing is clear, the BRI is changing the way the global development works and challenging the traditional roles of institutions like the UN, the World Bank, and even the United States of America. Thanks for listening to Unfiltered. If you liked the episode, make sure to follow, leave a review, and share it with someone who's curious about how power really works in our world. Can't wait to see you next episode.